Hello my friends and welcome to the show. I'm your host PERCYM4N, and today I will be finally settling the debate on whether or not this game is good. Here's a brief summary first. Cyberpunk 2077 is a game that takes place in a dystopian future where you as the player live in or around the city. You know, it's called Night City. This place is amazing. It looks and feels fantastic to roam around in. All the different districts and gangs you encounter really help give us the open world feel you want with the map. In this game, you start with three options. Your character V must be a nomad, street kid, or a corpo type player character. In my only playthrough so far, I became a corpo, and the game really does start off with a bang. The story is really compelling, and I have to warn you, I cannot spoil too much about this game in a video about buying the game. So, at least for the main storyline, I cannot spoil too much. But that doesn't mean anything about these side quests. Now, before I get carried away, I want to address the elephant in the room. If you have an original Xbox One, and I am also assuming if you have an original PS4, do not purchase this game. I know they even took this off the PlayStation Store, so I'm pretty sure that affirms my assumptions, okay? Okay, anyways. If you want to get this game, and you're looking for a graphical experience, that is not the way to do it. Here was what happened to me. Day one, when I booted up this game on my Xbox One, I was immediately disappointed about the graphics, especially how fuzzy the texture are, and how low the quality is in the characters in Night City. This brings me to a little side story. I actually had enough money saved up for the new Xbox Series X. Xbox Series X. But once again, being a disappointed consumer, this time about the lack of consoles available. After trying this game on the Xbox One, I couldn't stand it anymore. I managed to scrounge up about $250 more than I needed for the Xbox Series X, and I bought a computer. I used one at that. And it can handle much more power than my old ass Xbox One, and boom, I had to rebuy this game. I didn't even give it a chance past the first mission on my Xbox One, but now I found the great graphical game I was looking for. If you can't afford a newer console or PC yet, believe me, I know it's tough. I never had the extra cash for a better version of the Xbox One, like the Xbox S or 1S or X, whatever the heck they were even called. I don't even know at this point. While I can't afford to give everyone a new gaming system, I can, however, recommend some amazing games that managed to put Cyberpunk to shame on the Xbox One. My favorite being Final Fantasy 15. It's a vast, open-world, sci-fi fantasy role-playing game that does not fail to keep you busy, as well as having some of the best-looking graphics, and not to mention cutscenes I have ever seen in a game. If that doesn't float your boat, maybe try CD Projekt Red's other installment called The Witcher 3, or you could check out Rockstar's Red Redemption 2, for a more realistic RPG experience as a cowboy instead of being a mythical monster hunter, which, let's be honest, that kind of describes Final Fantasy 15 and the Witcher series pretty well. I'm just gonna get to what's important. I think that this game has really bad AI. The cops will be spawning in at random spots. They're not gonna be coming in and arresting random people. They're kind of just standing around waiting for you to look at them for too long, and then they'll shoot you. But anyways, yeah, they're not the only thing. The cars, you know, they kind of act strange. They don't really go around anything. They'll not go off-road. They don't really crash unless there's a bug in the game and they're all like stuck in the ground or something. That happens quite often. But yeah, another thing is like the combat's okay, but the stealth part is not. Like, they really should have worked on that, so it's pretty easy to sneak around, especially with some of the powers that they give you. I'm not going to say that the powers are a bad part. I kind of enjoy the combat. It kind of reminds me of, like, Mass Effect, how you, like, got these different powers you can control, and it's a little bit got, like, this, where you kind of, like, slow down time, and you control whether or not you're hacking anything on the map, basically. Like, you can hack TV screens, you can hack, like, sprinkler systems. I'm not even sure if that's true, but, like, what I'm saying is they got a lot of stuff like that. It's kind of like Hitman. You can hide bodies, you can pick bodies up. So, like, the stealth is okay, but I just find
they give you way too much. It's too easy. I found it way too easy anyways. So another thing I wanted to bring up is the great world building. This game has a very interesting world. I want to know what the heck happened. I want to know all about it. So it's got lots of different things you can pick up and read about. It's similar to like I don't know, like Fallout or Skyrim kind of game by Bethesda, where you find all these books or whatever data pads. You can read everything about the world around you, and that's pretty good. Customizable items are pretty damn good. Like I was able to make up and upgrade the guns. Like I love the upgrading system in it. I think they did pretty good with that. Like this game definitely has pluses, even though it has a lot of minuses. Side quests are really good too. That's the last thing I wanted to bring up. My favorite one is going through the boxing matches and becoming basically becoming like the world champ. It's pretty cool. The world champ's in town at the end, and you get to fight him, and he's a pretty tough son of a gun, actually. You'd be surprised. And there's another one where you are helping out this taxi service, but it's like an AI-run taxi. So it's like automated taxis, like the Tesla kinda. It's cool. And it just reminded me of like iRobot or something, that storyline. And it's really cool side quest. I really like that one too. But yeah, so what I'm gonna have to say here about Cyberpunk 2077 is, yeah, I would say it's worth the buy if you've got like a higher performing system like a PC that can handle it, or a newer console basically. PS5, Xbox Series X should definitely be able to run this game no problem. I mean, you're gonna run into bugs and stuff. There are quite a few bugs with the game, which hurts the rating again. And that's kind of why I gave it a weird rating. I was thinking 7 out of 10, but I'm gonna have to give it 7 out of 11 lightsabers for this game. And that is the review. Thank you for listening, and that was the show. If you're still here, maybe you'll care about what I missed. Character customs kind of sucked, not the worst. Keanu Reeves, amazing. Other voice actors frickin' killed it, especially the female version of V. Yeah, well, not only weapons, but armor and clothes can be upgraded a whole bunch. These shorts, in fact, were my highest tier item. Alright, catch you in the next one.